All right, just reaction, Governor, to the court ruling this morning.
Well, there's clearly going to be a number of legal challenges, but in the end, the measure is going to become law. The question is what additional steps have to take place from now. But I think there's no question that at one point or another, it's going to end up being delayed, but at one point or another, this measure will become law, and it'll be good because it protects middle-class jobs and middle-class taxpayers.
So you're going to take the legal route, or would you consider reintroducing the bill?
Well, the bill itself, we have to look at the legal options. For us, in terms of legally, do you challenge any of the rulings, or do you look at any other options out there? That's something the legislature really has to look at. The bill itself, again, the law is not in question. It's, as I understand the process that the legislature used, they're going to have to decide what mechanism they have, whether it be legal or legislative, but the content of the bill doesn't change.
Any room for compromise now that this door is open?
Well, for us, I mean, I've said all along that the core is we cannot sell out our local governments. We've seen the past week when they've seen the impact of the cuts in state aid that are in the proposed budget for the next 2 years. There's already concern out there. We've given them the tools in this budget, and as long as those remain intact, other things have always been negotiable. But the heart of the matter is the opponents of this really want to take away those reforms, and you can't balance the budget, at least in a way that doesn't force local governments to have massive layoffs or massive property tax increases. Neither of those are acceptable to me. You got to protect the middle class.
So no room for compromise.
Well, again, there is on things that don't hurt the middle class. Other provisions in there, we've said all along we'd be willing to, and actually tried to with several of those state senators. But the underlying premise is you've got to have reforms in collective bargaining, or local governments cannot save the jobs that we're talking about saving.
What about the rest of the budget repair bill? Where do we stand on that?
Well, our hope is once we've got this passed, now who knows, this will put a little speed bump into things, but in the next couple weeks, as the legislature comes back, Democrats and Republicans alike, I think the other items in there, the debt restructuring, we're looking at a different way of doing that, the other money to backfill in the Medicaid shortfall, those were all things that I don't think are controversial. Those are things that Democrats have concerns on just as much as Republicans.
So you're willing to talk on those issues?
Yeah, absolutely. And those are things, just as the whole 2-year budget, there's no doubt, there's a lot of things in there, there's a lot of room out there. You mentioned something like University of Wisconsin, giving them the authority to have flexibility. That's an issue that's not Republican or Democrat. They're going to be people all over the map, and we're willing to work with lawmakers as well as the chancellors and others to make that possible.
All right, that's all we need.
Good.
Thank you, sir.
Sure.